welcome back to another theatre vlog. Tonight I am off to the Apollo Victoria Theatre. I'm going to see Wicked again, obviously. I day sat for our tickets this morning, so we are smack bang in the middle of the front row, which will be very exciting. I've not been in the middle of the front row for a while. It was a nice easy day seat. I got there maybe about 25 to 9. And there wasn't really that many people. Obviously it's not the summer holidays anymore, so it's not busy. Also, I asked at the box office if they still do the discount for if you have a 16 to 25-year-old rail card, and they do. So I mentioned that in my last Wicked vlog, because I forgot to mention I could have saved like maybe 20 quid. And that's really annoying. No, actually it would have been 29 something that they would have sold it to me, so I would have saved around £12, so that's not too bad. If you are wanting to go to Wicked on a whim, definitely take any sort of discount card that you have, like student discount, 16 to 25-year-old rail card. Take everything and just ask, because it's worth asking. Anyway, I'm heading out now. It's raining, which is great. I'm gonna go meet up with my friend James for a little catch up, and then meet up with Sam and see the show. Also, it's press night tonight, which is totally accidental. We didn't plan to go because it's press night. We just said let's go on Tuesday, and also it's been a year since the 10th anniversary cast started last year, so September 5th is obviously quite a special day and I'm really excited. So let's go to the theatre.
Oh no, no. This is just to annoy you when you're editing your vlog later.
Well, I'm gonna keep that bit in. I've not mentioned in the vlog. Actually, I think I did. It's press night, which is exciting. Sorry.
I like bumping into Rukaya for everything in the world.
And so, because they've got a green carpet outside, which you've probably just seen in a clip, they're not letting the common folk in through the front entrance. So we're just going around to the back. Fun fact, when I first came to see Wicked, we were in a coach. It was like a coach load of us. And so we pulled up around the back here and then came through this entrance, and I was really disappointed because I was like, oh, does this theatre not have like a big thing? And I was like, oh, that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? And then the next time I came here, I was like, oh, okay, that's where it is.
Didn't know this theatre is Rukaya's favourite theatre.
It's one of, yeah.
One of, yeah. And I see why, because the fact that they've got two entrances itself makes it really handy.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I mean, obviously we're still queuing now to get in, but it's probably not going to be as much because it's 20 past now. So I was thinking we're probably going to be cutting it a bit fine. For sure. I mean, I do need the toilet, but I'm just going to wait until the interval now because I can't be bothered. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I think I'll be alright. I think I'll be okay. Just do the Defying Gravity dash. The DG dash.
You're Defying Gravity?
Yeah. Yeah, gosh, it feels weird to think I've never taken this entrance since my first time seeing the show. Really? That's
no
so
way.
weird.
Have you seen the show?
I've always gone through the front entrance.
That's seen it so quite a lot of times.
Yeah.
Compared to people who haven't seen it that many times. Pretend that they have seen it that many times.
I'm just gonna cut it there. I'm doing exactly the same clip. I'm excited, Sam.
So excited,
Yay! I love this Defying Gravity top. And like this bag as well. If they, I don't think they have a tote bag. If they had a tote bag, I'd buy it. But this I love. Oh, I'm low-key obsessed with this. I'm so obsessed with this.
It is really
focus while we're on manual focus. We're literally in our seats now. It's 7:30. The show's going to start any second. Are you excited, Sam?
very excited.
Yeah, and I'll talk to you in the interval. This is the interval now. Sam is doing her social media stuff. We've just done a whole little chat in. I might do the same thing as what we did when we saw Billy Elliot and just let you have the interval chat and then me do a bit longer chat afterwards. Then it shakes things up a bit, so you can go and watch Sam's vlog to see what we thought in the interval, and then in my vlog we'll chat about the show afterwards, because we're going to actually stay in the auditorium for a little bit afterwards, because normally I literally just shoot up the stairs and I'm off, but today I think it'd be quite quite nice to have a little chill. I mean, not for ages, but just a little bit afterwards. Take some nice photos and stuff because we never do that.
No.
Maybe we can grab someone to take some photos. I also want to get some merchandise. What merchandise do you want to get?
I might get that hoodie though, if I don't know how much it is, if I've got enough money with me.
I think I'm definitely going to get a programme because I've not got a programme with a new cast. It's been a while since I've had a new cast where it's worthy buying a programme. I'm tempted to buy the fan.
Oh my god, you love that band. You need the band. Okay, I saw the reaction when you first saw it. You need it.
Also the little decoration as well. I really like that. The little Christmas decoration type
also
thing.
You love that.
Not like Christmas decoration, but I think that's really pretty.
You can just use it as a normal thing. You don't have to.
Yeah, I just think it's a decorative thing. And
has to be a big word.
what decorative?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So I might do that. Probably not going to buy any clothes because CBA, but definitely some decorative things. What else?
I'm really enjoying it. I think it's just so exciting, honestly.
It's nice to be here on press night as well.
Yeah. And it's been a while since they've had a big casting like this, I guess.
A new cast.
Because she's already done it before.
Yeah.
Jimin came back, Rachel had come back.
Everyone was just returned. We're not
Katie
focused, sorry.
Katie Rowley John was there for a long time.
Yeah.
No, it's very exciting. You can feel the presence of it. You can feel it.
Yeah. And it's nice. It's always nice to be in a press night cast as well because it is very different, I think. Oh, I don't think my microphone was plugged in that whole time, so the audio might have been really bad.
Oh no.
Hopefully we had audio, but just not have been good. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Love you forever. Oh, sorry, sir.
Just leaving the auditorium, copying Sam. She's doing a vlog as well, saying exactly the same thing as Sam. Thanks to Chad, who's just picked up these programs. Obviously, because it's press night, they all get given free programs, so they've left them. Gonna buy a program, but now, literally, Sam and I are saying the exact same things. It's hilarious. Oh, it's very quiet now. We've just taken some nice photos, so I'll try and insert those in the vlog. Oh. Stairs, man. I'm so glad we don't need to pay for a programme now. It's very exciting. Where's Sam gone? There she is.
Oh, wait on you. There is a mess.
Yeah, my hair, I look like I've got a really short haircut on this side. Look.
It's quite nice. It's a contest.
I'm not feeling it.
That's not how it goes. That definitely is not how it goes.
No.
Like, completely wrong key, completely wrong tones.
We have just left Wicked! I just covered your face up entirely, sorry. I just mentioned it briefly, but again, shout out to Chad. Thanks, man. Free programs. Gonna take that. And we also just had a really lovely chat with Christine, who is one of the merchkins.
Oh, did you just come up with that?
No, I didn't. My friend Charlotte, who used to work here at front of house, I saw it on her Facebook the other day. I was like, that's cute. So I just thought I'd put that in there. So thank you so much, Christine. I'm just gonna check we're plugged in on the mic. Hopefully we've got good sound. Hopefully we've got sound. You were really lovely, and I hope you enjoy watching our videos. Thanks for the little chat about Wicked and merchandise and Disneyland Paris.
Hope you have fun in Ireland.
Yeah, have fun in Ireland. And also thanks to Megan, who literally was watching my half a sixpence vlog this morning. Shout out to you. You are also a merchkin, I think, or front of house. I don't know, but you were lovely, and you work at Wicked. And what Sam was just saying in her vlog, how nice everyone is at the Apollo Victoria, and they really are. That was so nice to just like chill a bit after the show, wasn't it? And honestly, take some snazzy photos.
Nothing I've done before, honestly. I've never done.
Yeah, I've only done it a few times when I was like OG fangirl back in the day.
I was like first out.
Yeah, because normally, well, usually, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to see people at stage door, but because it's press night, I really doubt that they're going to be out quickly.
There are people.
They're going to be. Yeah, but it looks like family members, doesn't it?
Right.
So they're probably just waiting, and then they're probably just going to like chill. They're going to go for drinks or something, I'd imagine.
I would not want to disturb them on a special night like this.
Yeah, it's press night, and it's their first press night as well. It's not like it's a recurring cast where it's their second or third.
Yeah.
Press night, it's
for most of them. It's
literally for all of them, really. Yeah, for all of them, it's their first press night.
Yeah.
All of the principals.
Yeah, principals. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, even Alice.
Literally,
yeah.
all of them.
And even the
Alice,
chick,
she would have had press night, but not as Elphaba.
And even the chick, Nessa Rose.
Yeah.
Because
she's an understudy,
yeah.
so she's never normally. And they'll have nice photos of her as well. So, Riley, she's doing well at the moment. moment. She got a Glinda show recently, and now this. I've debated on the merchandise. I'm not going to buy it now, but I'm going to think about it and potentially come back and buy some at some point, because obviously I live in London, so I don't need to worry about.
Yeah, you can always just be like, oh, I'm going to pop by to AV's
Yeah,
again,
exactly, and just pick it up.
Also, if you miss Christine, you can go and say hi to her as well.
Yeah.
It'd be quite cute. Double
I
bonus.
was trying to sing Phantom of the Opera and I just couldn't think of what lyric involved Christine.
Think of me.
No, they're like, Christine.
Christine.
Sounds a bit creepy.
Where in the world have you been hiding? Rukaya's looking for you. I cannot sing, by the way. It's a reason I'm not on stage.
Improv on the lyrics, well done. Yeah, so
this is what I'm saying, everyone's amazing at Wicked.
Yeah, you're amazing. He's gone. That guy rolling the suitcase just gave us a thumbs up.
It's amazing.
They don't think we're crazy at all. Anyway, my arm's hurting, so thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Rukaya. It's honestly really fun. Probably one of my favourite times watching Wicked.
Definitely.
Regardless of the cast or whatever. I like them anyway, but
favourite
just generally,
experience. Yeah. Definitely. It's been lush. And now we're gonna head home and go to sleep and sleep. Don't know where I was going with that. Welcome back to the chatty section of the video. It feels crazy to be making another Wicked vlog after what, it's been 3 weeks that I last saw the show. It feels very soon to be making another Wicked vlog, but obviously went to press night and that was super exciting. As I mentioned at some point in the video, I am so glad that we randomly picked this Tuesday to go and it ended up being press night. Genuinely didn't even think about it when we were making these plans, and then yeah, I just found out it was press night and I was like, oh cool, wow, that's good. It's always really exciting to go on press night, especially when it's a new cast. Like obviously I've not seen the full principal cast of the 2017 Wicked cast, 2017-2018 cast. I just said Wicked and cast a lot in that sentence, I apologise. Last time I saw it, obviously it was a super standby show. I had Laura Pick on as Elphaba, I had Rose O'Reilly as Glinda, and I had Amy Fisher as Nessa. Amy Fisher? Pretty sure that's her surname. And this time I had the principal cast, apart from Sarah McNicholas, who I believe I saw playing Nessa earlier on this year, but I think she's out on injury. So Rosa O'Reilly was Nessa I think she's Nessa for the time being. So yeah, this is my first viewing of the new official cast of Wicked London. Obviously I've got loads of notes on my phone, so let's go through them. I've tried to put it in chronological order from like obviously top of the show all the way through. Some things might seem a bit random in places, but let's just go with it. First things first, I'm 99% sure this is the first time that Sam and I have gone to see Wicked actually sat together and seen the show together, which is mental. And I'm kind of not surprised, because in the recent years that we have become close friends, neither of us have been seeing Wicked as much as we used to, so it does make sense. Like we've been in the same audiences lots of times, but not together. You're right there, son. Yeah, you going back behind a cloud now? Yeah? Okay, good. This was a really fun realisation that we had. I had it at some point in Act 2. I don't know why, I was just thinking, have Sam and I ever sat together before while watching Wicked? And then obviously we said about it after the show, and that was just so nice, because it's nice to have experiences like this with your besties, and it's mad to think that we'd not had that before. As I mentioned, I saw the show recently, so for most of the principal cast I've already spoken about them, and in this review I'm going to focus on Alice as Elphaba and Sophie as Glinda. Sam and I were both really not worried but intrigued as to how Sophie was going to play Glinda, because she's very young in comparison with well, really performers that have played either Elphaba or Glinda. Normally the actresses are around like 30, early 30s, maybe even a bit older. So Sophie is 24, and that's really young in comparison. So I'm used to seeing older, not old, but you know, older actresses play both Glinda and Elphaba. So yeah, I was intrigued, and from the beginning in No One Mourns the Wicked, I don't want to say I wasn't a fan, but I wasn't feeling it as much from the opening. And obviously I'll explain more on my thoughts on that throughout the show. Throughout the vlog. From the get-go, Alice sounded really different to Elphaba's that I'm used to. I've put here that she sounded a bit deeper and more serious than Elphaba's sometimes are. I know Sam, I've not watched Sam's video yet, but I'm presuming she'll say something about this, but she prefers like a more playful Elphaba, especially in Act 1. I'm not too fussed on how, well, I am fussed on how they act it, but you know, I don't mind if they go either the playful or the serious route. I quite liked how Alice did it from the beginning, because she wasn't like gravely serious, but I think if you're a little bit more serious in Act 1, it sets the Elphaba up better for Act 2. The Wizard and I is my favourite song in the show, and I feel like it's fantastic because obviously it introduces you to what that Elphaba is going to be like, not only vocally but in character. I feel like in Wizard and I she was definitely more playful, and I mean the way she sang it was insane, and this is another reason why I love going to see the show on press night, especially when it's a new cast, because they go crazy. They really go full out, and I love that. She did kind of play it safe for like the first part of the song, but then as soon as she got to the "but I swear someday there'll be," that line, she just went insane, and it was amazing. She added so many riffs into it, and especially on the melt. I don't think I've ever heard anyone do a melt riff in the way that she did it, so I was there just like, oh girl. Moving on to What Is This Feeling? I did really enjoy how Alice and Sophie bounced off each other in that song. Their voices also sounded really nice together, and this was another way in which Alice was really different to any other Elphaba that I've seen, because at the very end of What Is This Feeling, normally when they do the boo, most Elphabas were really big or really sudden, and she was very simple. She's like, boo. It worked. I didn't think it would work as much, but it was almost even funnier because everyone obviously still freaked out, but it was like, that wasn't anything really big, guys, calm down. Also, I loved Alice's facial expressions through What Is This Feeling? You know, the bit where they mock the Glinda. I think she did that really well. Just a quick note, once again, really enjoyed Melanie's Marble and Bradley's Fiero. I spoke about them a bit more in the previous vlog, so I won't go on too much, but they are so good. Really enjoy watching both of them on stage. Moving on to the Dancing Through Life Ozdust ballroom scene. Obviously I've been seeing the show for a while. I've seen like the tweaks that have happened throughout the last 5 years of the show, and I really don't like what they've done to the ballroom scene. What I'm talking about is when Elphaba first appears at the top of the stairs and everyone laughs, blah, blah, blah. Years ago, they would laugh when she appeared, and then it would kind of go into this awkward silence, which then when obviously she does her little Elfie dance, it would be funnier to the audience because the way the ensemble around the Elfie and everyone were acting, it was more like, oh my gosh, that is so embarrassing. Like awkward silence, like really awkward. Whereas now, the ensemble are so loud and they make loads of comments and stuff, and obviously I'm not shading anyone who's in the ensemble, like this is obviously a choice that has been made by someone else for everyone to do. I personally hate it. I think if I'd never seen the show, if I'd only seen the show in the past couple of years and that's how it has been, I'd probably be alright with it because I wouldn't know any different, but knowing what it sounds like and it comes across like when it's quieter, and now hearing it like this, it's always annoyed me. Since they started doing this change, it's always hacked me off. And I've never voiced it in a video, so I just thought I would. Like I say, I understand why they've done it. It's to make the ensemble and the people around like be meaner to Elphaba essentially. But then I feel like, I don't know, it almost makes that transition of when they suddenly all do the dance, it makes it even more random. Like you've just been really horrible to her, and now you're doing the same dance as her. Whereas if when they were awkward and silent and like just watching and like, what is going on? And then they sort of ease more into it. I don't know, it made more sense to me. Sunshine, please go away. I do not want you whilst I'm filming this video. Also police cars, please go. I know you're doing your job, but please shut up. Oh my god. It's so bright! Moving on to popular, as that is obviously the next part of the show. I did warm to Sophie's Glinda more in this song. Obviously popular is quite similar to Wisdom Eye in that you get to know what the performer playing the character is able to do a bit more. Her singing was really lovely, though I feel like in some moments she could have been stronger. Again, this is the thing, I feel like I sound like really mean in this, but they're very new. Like, Sophie is brand new to the cast, brand new to the show, so I feel like for some of these things it's just going to be time. Like, time will help her. So if I sound like I'm being mean, I'm not wanting to be mean. Her movements are very almost like calculated and over thought out. Like, you can almost see her thinking of what she's going to do next. Her arms especially, they weren't as natural as they can be, and with time that's probably all gonna totally change. So I'm not slamming her, I'm not saying she's rubbish, but you know, she just needs a bit of time to become more natural with the role. And I hope no one's gonna give me hate for saying that, because I'm not being mean. This is just my opinion. Sam mentioned that Sophie vocally reminded her of Diane Pilkington, and now that I think about it, I do agree with that. She does sound quite like Diane. Obviously I never saw Diane, but you know, from audios and such. Yeah, she does sound quite similar, which is a funny little comparison. I have to say, one thing I did not like about Sophie's Glinda was her toss. And it wasn't all of it. Like, the majority of it was fine, but the laugh that she does after the toss was too much, and I just couldn't deal with it. So that's the only thing I definitely did not like about her Glinda. Having recently seen Laura pick as Elphaba, it was really funny to see the things that her and Alice share. Obviously when you are standbying for someone, you're going to pick up some of the things that they do, some of the bits that you like. So that was really nice, especially seeing the end of I'm Not That Girl. Normally the Elphabas will do the same thing in terms of either going up or down at the end of the song. Obviously you're meant to go down. Great, like, vocal technical words. Yeah, they both go up, which is just a funny little thing that I noticed. While watching the show this time, there was another thing that I thought of that kind of annoyed me from the changes that have happened to the show over the years, and that is in One Short Day, which is another one of my favourite songs from Wicked because it's so bloody joyful and I love it. But the chorus line moment where they take the first photograph, I think? Yeah, that wasn't always like that. It was a change in 2013 that was brought on from the tour production, and I'm really struggling to remember what it looked like before, and it's annoying me because I know that I preferred the way that it was before, and now I just have this version stuck in my head. So if anyone can remind me of how that looked pre-2013, I would love to know. Gosh, I've been talking for so long. This is what happens when I talk about Wicked. Ugh. I mean, obviously Defying Gravity was amazing. I'm gonna leave it at that. Moving on to Act 2, I really enjoyed Sophie's Thank Goodness, and I really liked her acting choices in this. I feel like a lot of Glindas don't look at their engagement ring as much, and I feel like she did, and that's probably why I noticed it more, because maybe more Glindas don't do that, but obviously that's the whole point of the scene. It's an engagement party, and she really made you notice that she was looking at her ring a lot, and I liked that. Great. Swiftly moving on to the Wicked Witch of the East scene, I definitely preferred Rosa as Nessa over her Glinda. Her Glinda was fine, but I just preferred her as Nessa. Also, in this scene, for the first time in all my years watching the show, I realised how annoying Bok is. Like, obviously he's a bit irritating throughout the show, but Bok as a character, he really just needs to let it go, doesn't he? I mean, I was saying this to Sam afterwards, because I think she realised it as well. We're both like, Bok's a bit of a dick. I just can't believe I've never thought about this before, and the fact that he is so persistent on getting Glinda to like him, and I don't know, I'm just like, get over it, man. She doesn't like you, she doesn't want to be with you, just stop being annoying. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Wicked Witch of the East. I got really annoyed at Bok. Moving on to Wonderful, I really liked how Alice acted in this scene, because I feel like most Elphabas not fall for the wizard's tricks, but you know, they kind of get a bit like, oh, I could be wonderful. They get very happy all of a sudden, whereas Alice didn't. She was not taking any of his crap. She was like, no, I'm not falling for this. So I really liked that. It was very different to what I'm used to seeing from an Elphaba in this scene. I feel like Alice just played this like really, really, really witchy, and I know that's so stupid to say because duh, she's playing a witch. But she was very like quietly angry a lot, and I really liked that. Her no good deed was fierce, and I love being on the front row, especially for, well, obviously Defying Gravity, but no good deed, because I love listening out to them running down into the pit and into the lift. It just makes me really happy. Like, I'm there in my head like chuckling because I'm like, oh, I can hear you going into the lift. And she slammed the door quite loudly, and obviously it's not a massively loud scene going on above, so you can really hear that door slam. So that made me laugh, obviously mostly in my head. I think I had a little chuckle, but it's the simple things, isn't it? After this, the main thing that stuck out to me was the way that she walked from the crowd in the witch hunters scene, like at the end when it then goes into her being in the castle, because for most Elphabas, I feel like I've said that a lot in this video, but most of the time I see the show, obviously they have the cape like above them or something, and then they like angrily push it down. I don't know if it was the timing that was a tiny bit out in that Alice did that, but then we as an audience didn't really see that as much as the crowd parted and she walked through. But the way that she walked through that crowd, it was like Voldemort. If you know what I mean, when Voldemort would like walk through a crowd and it was just like deadly serious, and I was actually a bit terrified, not gonna lie, and I loved it. It was so almost sinister and just like, oh, I loved it. If anything, I'd actually rather she didn't do the whole cape thing and just walk through like that, because the look, I mean, obviously we were on the front row, I was terrified. It was amazing. Moving on to slightly nicer things. Well, not nicer because it's still sad, but not as terrifying. They're for Good was lovely. Again, really liked how their voices sound together, like in What's This Feeling and For Good. Just sounded so nice, and yeah, you know, For Good's lovely. So sad, but lovely. I think I did actually get a little bit emotional. Sometimes I'm just not like immune to For Good, but you know, I've seen it loads of times, so unless I'm having a really weird day, I'm probably not gonna tear up in it. But I think I did this time. I think I got a bit like, oh. For the most part, this show went off without a hitch, but for some reason the audio track did not play when Glinda revealed that the wizard was Elphaba's father. You know, where it's like, have another drink of green, or whatever it is. Like, that just didn't play. And for most audience members, probably doesn't matter. But for those who know, like Sam and I were like, oh. So that was funny. Lastly, I really enjoyed the way that Sophie locked Marble up. That was great. Her whole like comedy there was really good. So kudos, that was really funny. Okay, I've been talking for far too long, but that is my recap of seeing the show and my thoughts on the new cast members. Oh my god, could you imagine if I actually talked about everyone? This would be like an hour-long video. As I've already said, it was so lovely to see the show with Sam. We had such a nice time, and it was really nice to talk to some people that are like viewers of ours while at the show. That was really cute. I die a little bit of happiness when someone's like, I watch your videos. Especially Megan saying that she was watching my half a sixpence vlog that morning. That I loved it. Thanks to everyone that said hello. That's really lovely. If you ever see me in a theatre and I don't look like angry or whatever, you know, if I look happy and fine, then come say hello, because I really like that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do give it a thumbs up if you have. And let me know in the comments if you've been to see the new cast of Wicked. Let me know your thoughts on them, because as always, I like to know what you think of things. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you'd like to see more of me in the future. I hope you're all doing so well, and I will see you very soon. Bye!